Instagram, good morning Facebook, we are here again. Happy Thursday, we are here for Crunchless Core. So we're going to work your core this morning without any form of lying on your back, doing repetitive crunching. So as you're coming in, say good morning. Let me see if I can find myself in the right place. Good morning YouTube. Here we go, yes, I think we're ready. Are we set? Let me know how you're all feeling this morning. If you're coming in, who you are, where you are. If you want a free week next week, don't forget to comment and I shall sort you out. Good morning. Good morning, Vic. I shall sort you out with a free pass into my Menopause Fit group next week if you want to. Good morning, Mary. Good morning, girls. Right, so are you ready? Let me just make sure I'm live in the right spots. I think I am. I'm definitely on Facebook. Am I in my page and my free group? I'm on Instagram there. Good morning, Annie. And I'm on YouTube. There we are. I think I'm sorted. So we're just going to work your core standing. I want you to think about what you're doing this morning. And remember, you've got 8 muscles running down the front here. We need to engage from very, very low down, starting through the pelvic floor to engage into the transverse abdominals and then up into the rectus abdominals here. So you know, everybody knows about their abdominal muscles, but you've got to really try and engage them before you even start to work out. If you start, let me just say this, I know I'm waffling, but if you start doing abdominal work when you have not properly engaged your pelvic floor and your transverse abdominals, you let your abdominals relax and then you start to crunch, you're going to train your muscles in a relaxed state to stay there. You want them to be coming in towards the abdominal wall and in towards the back. You want them to close in. Then you need to get the contraction right before you add any type of load or resistance against these abdominals, or else you're doing yourself an injustice, girls, especially ladies, especially if you had lots of children like me. You need to be really focused on what you're actually doing and not the amount of repetitions. And like I always say, you need to think about your form, so that's the way that you perform the exercise, always more than the amount of repetitions that you do or how long you can go for, the endurance work. So just make sure that you focus on your core. So let's get going, shall we? Good morning. Who else have we got? We're going to do some standing work first. So let's get some music on. Some nice music. I am in the right place, I think. Anyway, wherever I am, I'm going to get going. So, feet hip distance apart, and let's think about focus on these muscles. So you think here, generally ladies will stand a bit like this. You've got to think about your pelvis being underneath. So if you've got a tail on, your tail would be facing down to the ground, not out to the back. So you've got to try to make sure that your abdominal wall is strong, your transverse is in line, so your hip bones are maybe in line with each other. And you've not got a posterior or an anterior tilt, we're nice and neutral. So feet hip distance, deep breath in, breathe it all out, let your shoulders relax, and then let's go again. Deep breath in, breathe it all out, and then think about engaging through the pelvic floor. So engaging the muscles from very low down and starting to lift. You need to focus on we've got a pelvic floor workshop coming up very soon. So lift the pelvic floor and then at the same time try and pull in through the transverse, these muscles here. So I always cue hip to hip, pubic bone, triangle, draw in and then lift your ribs. And now all we're going to do is bring the elbows back to open up the chest. So you're elongating the muscles. And we're just going to bring the knee up on the right side. So you're bringing your knee in, that will bring a tilt in the pelvis. And then as you come down, as you come up, try and curl forward. So we're doing it standing. It's much harder. When you're on the floor, you've got gravity against you. So doing this is more functional. You need to be, how many times a day do you need to lie on the floor and crunch for anything? You need to be able to bend down and pick something off the floor as long as we're alive. We need to be doing things like functional exercises, things that are going to make the muscles that we need forever strong. So a forward flexion is a lot more, when you're standing, a lot more challenging. You won't feel the burn as much because you've got gravity isn't against you as the same on the floor. But you've got to think about it. Got mind, body here. Pulling tight, curl, round. 4 more. 4. 3. Obviously you need a bit of balance. So if you need to hold on to something, hold on. Remember, form first. We're going to change sides. So there's no crunch yet. You lift up. You elongate your core. You stretch out the muscles that you've just made short. And again. Smile. Come on. Think about what you're doing. Curl it. And I bet you'll be better with your balance on one side than the other. Balance is key, girls. As you progress in age, we also need to challenge our balance. So we do balance every Friday morning in Menopause Fit. You can join us next week if you want for free, or tomorrow morning. 4 more. 4. 3, really try curl. 2. So these are just ideas. You could do these on your own, as long as your form is right. Good, now release. Another exercise you could do is you're thinking about your abdominals here. I'll just do this and you can see, but as you flex forward, have the hands in mirror, you want your belly now to relax down. So that's in your relaxed state. You want to now try to pull it up tight. So, see if you can see. If not, you can do it. Let your belly dangle down, whatever it is, just let it go and then take a breath. Breathe it all out. Pull your belly button up. So you're pulling that belly button up towards your back here, transverse, but now we've got gravity against us, it's harder work. And these are the things that are going to give you flat abdominals. To flatten your abdominal wall, or to condition your abdominal wall. Now release it for 2. You let your belly go, pull it up. Now, when you're pulling your abdominal wall up towards your back, think about engaging your pelvic floor. And if you were younger, you need to start now. So this, girls, is what brings the muscles together. This is what flattens your core. You could do a few of these in the morning before you get up. Just lie in your bed, face down, and just pull your belly button up and down. Over time, feel the muscles get stronger. And then as you train them to stay together, they will stay together a little bit more. So we're here, pulling up, releasing, pull up, release. Now singles, lift, lower. Release your shoulders. It's hard work, innit? Are you still engaging that pelvic floor? Can you see what I'm doing? Let me pull my t-shirt up a bit. Hold, release. Good. 4 more. 3. Lift and hold. Relax your shoulders. And release. Bend your knees, uncurl. Let's just do one more exercise that might help to work those muscles in a different way and bring in your obliques. So coming down onto the floor on your knees, take one leg to the side. Now you want this leg so that your hip, your knee and your ankle are all in one line. And then you're going to do lateral flexion. So you're thinking about this triangle again. I'm going over to the side here, pushing this bottom rib towards your hip to engage through the obliques. And it's your obliques and your transverse then that will bring you back up. So we're going to go down and we're going to pause. Down for 2. So down, down, pause, pause. 2 more, pull core tight. Come on up. Dig your fingers in. Pause, pause, come on up. 1, 2, 4, 3, 2, 1. You can support yourself here. You should feel this here. This is massive. This really works. 2, 1, and pull up. Pull the core in, pelvic floor engages to stabilise. Taking it up a bit. Pull the core in tight. Watch the change. You're down, you extend, extend, you pull back, and you lift. Bottom rib towards the hip. Extra load. Can you feel the difference? Down, down. So what you don't want to do, if I was training you now, I would want to see your t-shirt all the time. So you don't lean forward, that'll impact your back. You want to make sure that your chest and your pelvis face in front. One more, so that's option 2. You want to add the load even more. Next time we'll have 2 arms. Feel the difference on the pullback. So you've got down, extension, pull back, lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, Can you feel that working? Yes or no, Deb? So can you see how these functional exercises are a lot more effective than lying on your back? And change sides. So coming on over. So that might, once your obliques and your core get tired, you might find that your body asks for help into the lower back. That's quite normal. Don't be worried. All in line, hips square forward. Let's go. 1, 2. Hold, 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 and come up. So for some of you, this might be enough for weeks. 2, 1, and then lift up. Pull the pelvic floor. What's going to flatten your stomach? Drawing in towards your back. Pull, pull, engage, engage. Shoulders back, lift. Well done. Let's have the arm. So here, pull. Again, if you can support yourself, try to make sure that your hand is on your thigh and not on your hip. You're not putting any pressure on this hip joint. Open. So think, breathe in. Breathe out. Bottom rib towards your hip. Extra load. Pull in. How are you doing? Can you feel it? 2 more of those and we'll add the extra load if you want. Open your chest. Feel the difference if you just add a bit of trunk rotation here. So you're opening up instead of coming down. Open. Now if you want to, add both extra arms for the load. Like a massive, massive difference. It's actually going, we've done classes today, so I'm already fatigued through a lot of my muscles this morning, so I can feel that my abdominals are asking for some help. From my waist is asking for some help. From my lower back here. Give me 2 more. Breathe. Last one. And then let me know in the comments if you've joined in, if you're going to do it later. If you're doing it on catch up, let me know. And if you want a free week in our Menopause Fit class next week, please do comment. We've got balance tomorrow, and then Monday we do hip endurance. Tuesdays we do strength, and then Fridays we do balance. Now just to stretch out, stretching is the most important. If your aim is to get leaner, to make your body look more muscular, you've worked all these muscles, you can't just leave them. We've shortened the muscles, you've got to make them long. So you push the hip out to the side, cross the leg, push the hip out to the side. Again, you're lateral flexing, so your hip bones are facing forward, hand on your thigh and just reach over the top. So you're elongating all those muscles that we've worked. So from here, all the way down, and then into the lower part, that V part of your abdominals. Deep breath. Breathe out. Change sides. So, if you've got anything that you would like to work on next week, well, I've done the free classes for next week, maybe the week after. If you're on my mailing list, you would have got an email yesterday morning at 6 AM telling you all about what's happening for free next week. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, classes, 7:20. And then all the way up, feet hip distance, take a nice deep breath in. Remember, breathe in. Pull the abdominals in, pelvic floor up, breathe out, release the shoulders, and there you go. So I do hope these little short sessions are inspiring you a little bit to get moving. And then let me know how you got on. Let me know in the comments if you do it on catch up, and I shall be here again tomorrow morning. I think we've got some kind of balance work tomorrow morning, but thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you tomorrow. Bye now.